Have you ever wondered why she suddenly tests you after you go silent? It's not random. It's her way of trying to regain control and figure out if you're truly the man she thought you were. The way you handle these tests can either make her respect you more or push her further away. Stay with me, because I'm about to reveal why she tests you after no contact and how to handle it like a high-value man. 1. Why she tests you after no contact. The moment you initiate no contact, you trigger something powerful in her mind. Before, she was used to you reaching out, making the effort, and trying to keep the connection alive. That consistency gave her a sense of control. She could predict your behavior, rely on your attention, and feel secure knowing that you'd always be there. But now, you've removed yourself from that equation. That silence, that absence, disrupts the entire dynamic. Here's why it's so impactful. People often don't value something until it's no longer there. When you step back, it forces her to take notice. At first, she may brush it off, thinking, he'll be back soon enough. But as the days go by, that confidence starts to waver. She begins to wonder, why hasn't he reached out? Did something change? Is he moving on? This confusion creates an emotional ripple effect. It's not just about missing your texts or calls, but about the shift in power. Suddenly, she's no longer in control of the situation. That uncertainty is unsettling, and her natural response is to test you. But why does she test you instead of just reaching out? It's because she wants to regain control without making herself vulnerable. Testing you allows her to probe for answers without risking rejection. It's her way of seeing if you're still emotionally available or if you've truly moved on. 2. The types of tests she'll throw your way. When she decides to test you, her methods may seem subtle, but they're far from random. Each test serves a specific purpose: to gauge your emotional strength, your independence, and your willingness to maintain your boundaries. Let's dive into some of the most common types of tests and what they really mean. 1. The cold text test. She sends a message like, "Hey," or "What's up?" On the surface, it seems innocent, but it's not. This is her way of seeing if you'll jump at the chance to reconnect. If you respond too eagerly, she'll interpret it as a sign that you were just waiting for her to reach out. The social media test. You might notice she starts liking your posts, viewing your stories, or posting pictures designed to provoke a reaction. Perhaps a caption like, "Living my best life," or a photo of her with another guy. This isn't about moving on. It's about testing your jealousy and seeing if you'll reach out first. 3. The nostalgia test. She might send you a message referencing an inside joke or a memory you shared like, "Remember that crazy road trip we took?" This isn't just a trip down memory lane. It's her way of testing if you're still emotionally invested in her. The emotional test. She reaches out with a personal problem, saying something like, "I've been having a rough time lately." This is a test of your boundaries. Will you rush to her rescue, or will you maintain your composure? These tests aren't random behaviors. They're deliberate attempts to see if you've changed, or if you're still the same person who was chasing her before. Recognizing these tests is the first step to passing them, but it's how you respond that truly matters. 3. How to recognize a test without reacting. The biggest mistake men make when they're tested is reacting emotionally. They take her bait, whether it's a vague text, a cryptic post, or a provocative comment, and respond impulsively, giving her exactly what she's looking for: control. But here's the truth. The moment you react emotionally, you lose. So how do you recognize her tests without falling for them? Start by paying attention to patterns. Does her message seem overly casual or vague? For example, "Hey stranger," or "What's up?" These aren't genuine attempts to reconnect. They're tests to see how you'll respond. Is she posting things designed to grab your attention? Maybe she's suddenly more active on social media, liking your posts or sharing things that seem targeted at you. Is she trying to provoke an emotional reaction? This could be through jealousy, guilt, or nostalgia. For example, mentioning how much fun she's having without you, or bringing up old memories to see if you'll engage. Once you recognize the test, the key is to stay grounded. Don't rush to reply or react. Take a step back and ask yourself, what's her intention here? Is this about reconnecting, or is it about testing my boundaries? By pausing before you respond, you're showing her that you're not easily swayed. You're in control of your emotions and your actions. By handling these tests with composure and maintaining your boundaries, you'll demonstrate your strength, independence, and emotional maturity. This will not only increase her respect for you, but also solidify your position as a high-value man in her eyes. The key to passing every test. Passing her tests isn't about ignoring her or playing games. It's about showing her that you're confident, composed, and in control of your own life. When she tests you, what she's really looking for is reassurance. She wants to know if you're strong enough to handle her, if you're emotionally stable, and if you truly respect yourself. Here's how you pass every test with ease. Stay calm. Whether she's sending you a vague text, posting something provocative, or reaching out emotionally, your first priority is to stay calm. Don't let her actions dictate your emotions. Take your time. When she texts you, don't reply immediately. Let her wonder. Show her that you're not sitting around waiting for her message. Be clear and direct. If you choose to respond, keep your message short and confident. For example, if she says, "Hey, what's up?" you could reply, "Hey, just staying busy and focused on my goals." This shows her that you're engaged with your own life, not overly invested in hers. Don't overreact. If she's trying to make you jealous or provoke an emotional reaction, don't give her the satisfaction. Stay unbothered and focused on your own growth. Passing her tests isn't about proving anything to her. It's about proving to yourself that you value your time, energy, and emotional well-being. When you respond from a place of self-respect, you show her that you're not someone who can be easily manipulated, and that makes you irresistible. 5. Why her tests are an opportunity, not a threat. At first glance, her tests might seem frustrating or even manipulative, but in reality, they're an opportunity in disguise. When she tests you, she's giving you a chance to prove your value, not by chasing her or reacting emotionally, but by staying grounded in your confidence. Think of it this way: testing is her way of figuring out if you're as strong and composed as you appear to be. It's her way of determining whether you're worth her time and emotional investment. Every test you pass reinforces her perception of you as a high-value man. Here's the mindset shift. Instead of seeing her tests as a challenge, see them as an opportunity to showcase your growth. Use them to demonstrate that you're not the same person who used to chase her or seek her validation. You've evolved, and her tests are just another way to solidify that evolution. When you embrace her tests as opportunities, you're flipping the script. You're no longer playing her game. You're setting the tone for a dynamic built on mutual respect and understanding, and that's the foundation of any healthy relationship. 6. She becomes curious about your life without her. One of the most powerful aspects of going no contact is the natural curiosity it triggers. Once you step back and stop reaching out, she's left wondering about what's happening in your life. This curiosity doesn't come from a place of indifference. It stems from a deep need to understand where she stands in your world now that you've removed yourself from hers. She starts imagining scenarios. Are you spending more time with friends? Have you met someone new? Are you happier without her? These thoughts become intrusive, and the lack of answers drives her curiosity even further. She might even start subtly trying to gather information about you, checking your social media, asking mutual friends, or rereading old conversations to look for clues about your mindset. This curiosity isn't just about you, it's about her need for validation. She wants to confirm that she's still important to you, even if she's no longer hearing from you directly, but your silence makes that impossible, and that's what keeps her hooked. What makes this stage so impactful is that her curiosity often leads her to take action. She might reach out with casual messages or engage with your social media posts just to see if she can get a response. The key here is to maintain your composure and let her curiosity build. It's a sign that you've successfully shifted the dynamic in your favor. 7. She starts to doubt her own decisions. As more time passes, she begins to reflect, not just on your absence, but on her own actions. This is when she starts to question the choices she made that led to this point. Did she take you for granted? Was she too dismissive of your efforts? Did she misjudge the connection you shared? These doubts don't come all at once, they build gradually. At first, she might justify her actions, telling herself, "He'll come back," or "It wasn't that serious." But as your silence persists, those justifications lose their power. She starts replaying past interactions in her mind, analyzing every word and gesture, trying to pinpoint where things went wrong. This self-doubt is a powerful emotional shift because it forces her to confront her own behavior. She's no longer focused on what you're doing. Instead, she's questioning her own decisions. 8. She begins to idealize you. Once the initial confusion and self-doubt have settled, something fascinating happens. She starts to idealize you in your absence. Her mind begins to focus on the positive aspects of your connection. She starts remembering the times you made her laugh, the thoughtful things you did, and the emotional support you provided. This idealization is a psychological phenomenon known as rose-colored retrospection. When someone is no longer in our lives, we tend to remember the good times more vividly while minimizing the negative. For her, this means that you're no longer just the person she used to know. You become the person she wishes she still had. She might think to herself, "I didn't realize how much he brought to my life," or "I miss the way he made me feel." This shift in perception isn't just about nostalgia. It's about recognizing your unique value. And because you're no longer actively pursuing her, that value becomes even more pronounced. The key to this stage is maintaining your distance. Let her idealize you without interrupting the process. The more she focuses on your positive qualities, the more she'll feel the urge to reconnect. That's when you'll truly see the power of no contact in action. 9. She becomes afraid of losing you for good. As her curiosity, doubts, and idealization build, she reaches a point where fear takes over. She starts to realize that your silence might not just be temporary, it could be permanent. That thought terrifies her. This fear isn't just about losing you, it's about losing the version of herself she felt when she was with you. She begins to understand that she might not find the same emotional connection or sense of security with someone else, and that realization creates a sense of urgency. She might think, "What if he's already moved on? What if he's happier without me? What if I never get the chance to fix things?" These questions don't just linger, they create a growing sense of panic. This stage often prompts her to take bold action. She might reach out directly, asking to talk or trying to re-establish the connection. Or she might make more subtle moves, like engaging with your social media posts or sending casual messages. Whatever the case, her fear of losing you is a clear sign that your approach has worked. The key here is to stay grounded. Don't let her fear dictate your actions. Respond if you feel it's the right time, but do so from a place of confidence and self-respect. Remember, you've already demonstrated your value by walking away. Now it's up to her to meet you halfway. 10. She realizes she needs to change to keep you. The final stage in her response is perhaps the most profound. She realizes that if she wants to keep you in her life, she needs to make changes. This isn't just about getting you back. It's about earning your respect and showing that she values the connection you shared. She might start by reflecting on her behavior and identifying the patterns that pushed you away. Was she too dismissive? Did she take you for granted? Did she fail to appreciate the effort you put into the relationship? These reflections aren't just about guilt, they're about growth. This stage is where real transformation happens. If she reaches out, it's not just to reconnect, it's to show you that she's willing to meet your standards. She might express regret, take accountability for her actions, or even ask how she can make things right. The most important thing to remember here is that her willingness to change is a testament to your self-respect. By walking away, you've set a standard for how you deserve to be treated, and she's responding to that standard. Whether or not you choose to rebuild the relationship is up to you, but one thing is certain, you've already won. By staying true to yourself, walking away isn't about giving up. It's about valuing yourself. If this video gave you insights, hit like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experiences. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.